Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques. Jacques. What up, folks? Good evening to you. Hello. Tennessee Titan fans.
Yes,
as
sir.
we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, 37-19, Jacques. That's what we do, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Great bounce back win from the, I ain't gonna say debacle in New York, but from the mess that you had in New York. So great win. This is what we do when we play Jacksonville. We go down there and they come up here and we beat them or whatever. But hey, it was a great win. I'm proud of them. I will say that. I know people complain a little bit, but hey, salute to them, man. A win is a win. You feel me?
A win is a win. Facts, no paper, Jacques. You know, I heard that a lot too. A lot of people complaining, and you know, during the game, I know there were points and times of this and that. We could have done better here and done better that. And when you look at the score, though, 37-19, that's an A kicking. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, yes, things could have been better, and we're going to discuss that. No question about that. But enjoy the win, folks.
Right.
The Jags get paid just like the Titans do. They're an NFL team too, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's a short-lived win. But these are the games that you're supposed to win, and these are the games that you're supposed to dominate. So when I hear, oh, we didn't win right, we didn't win better, we didn't win this, like you just said, man, 37-19, you got hit in the head with a baseball bat, okay?
Basically.
It put you in a bag and beat you. That's what they did. So
that's right.
Like I said, man, we got some stuff we got to clean up. But hey, great win to them boys. And
yes, sir. Tighten up, Jacques. Tighten up, man. Tighten up. Great win, Tennessee. Great win. So, Jacques, yes, we won. Big time victory. AFC South 2-0. The coach just lost to the Ravens. So right now we're definitely in the driver's seat for the playoffs. We have like a 72% chance of making the playoffs just on that alone. So for this particular game against the Jags, what would you say are some of the positives as to why we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Well, one positive I want to say is Harold Landry is the truth, okay? Harold Landry, pay that man today, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do not let him walk. Restructure some contracts. We need him in the building for the next 5 years. And people can say, well, it's a contract year. Well, you can say that, but the way he's playing, he's trending, man. If he keeps doing this, like 10-sack, 13-sack season, and that's what you want out of your outside linebacker. So to me, that's one positive. Another positive, of course, the King. King gonna do what he do. I mean, we know, but that's what he does when he plays the Jags. 29 attempts for 130 yards. Hey, I like it. Also, I want to give a big up to the offensive play call in this game. This is the best offensive play calling I've seen maybe all year, including the preseason. It was a great mix of pass, run, trick plays here. You had the Jags going off their heels, you just had the Jags defense on their heels majority of the time. And no, we stalled out, but I like the play calling and what was done. So for me, and I'll leave some meat on the bone for you, but that's for me, that's some positives coming from this game. What about you, Ho?
Man, I totally agree. Facts, no paper on everything you stated, man. And the play calling I thought was excellent. I know during the game I saw people on Twitter was questioning it and things, but we weren't as predictable as we usually are. First down, we're throwing the ball, really, right? We're throwing the ball when Derrick is in the game. We're throwing the ball. Wow, right? And what did that do? You look at the second quarter, man, we scored 17 points in the second quarter alone, right? That's what did the game. Like for a while, it never even seemed like we punted. Like the whole game, we were just scoring, just back to back for a while, right? So, but for me, what I felt as to why we won the football game, honestly, is some of the plays of our defensive players. David Long was out there tackling everything moving, right? David Long played a hell of a game. 10 tackles out there, right? Kevin Byard, interception that he had out there, right? Out there making tackles, making plays, right? Had a heck of a game out there, and the touchdown that he scored. And like you mentioned, Harold Landry, 2 sacks. So I think it was a culmination of certain defensive players sort of stepping up, even when the point that we gave up a lot of yards running that we normally don't do. We made James Robinson look like Fred Taylor when he was with the Jags, right? That's how he looked.
Freaky Fred.
Yep, man. So, but I give the fact that certain defensive players stepped up because all season long that hasn't been the case, of anyone just saying, except for Harold Landry, to say, hey, I'm stepping up this game and making plays. So great job by Elijah Molden as well too, and causing the fumble. He was benched the last game, so he got to play this game. And when your number's called, man, you gotta do what you gotta do, and that's what the players did. They stepped up and made plays. That's to why we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in a resounding fashion, man.
Right. And give ups to Christian Fulton too, man. He's doing Christian Fulton things again out there, breaking up passes and everything like that. But hey, like you said, Hawk, it's just to see some positive come out this game. It was very refreshing, and you can see each game. Yeah, we have some stuff we got to clean up, but each game, I'm all about improvement.
Yep.
Can we improve here? Well, eventually, guys, let me say this, Titans Nation, we're gonna put it together, and when we put it together, and when you start to see this well-oiled machine go. Hey, just get ready. Marcus Johnson, and one more point, and then we'll get to the next topic. Marcus Johnson, the addition of him coming back, him and Tannehill looked very comfortable. And I feel like if we would have had him last week, you probably would have seen a little bit more of opportunities where you can mix up plays, and you probably would have seen a touchdown or two. But the addition of Marcus Johnson gave you an element where he runs routes very well. He's got nice size. He's not the biggest guy, but he's bigger than Chester Rogers and Cam Batson. And how he catches the ball. He catches the ball pretty well. So he made some key plays and some key moments that I was like, okay, I like what Marcus Johnson brings to this team, and you can tell him and Tannehill on the same page. So what they were saying in training camp, I seen it, and if we can keep replicating that joker, he can apply for the fourth receiver, or at least try to get a third spot in there. But hey, shout out to Marcus Johnson for coming back. So Hawk, next topic, we're gonna talk about the players of the game. Okay, we do this usually at the end of the show, but we're gonna do it a little bit early. Give me a players, a playette, whatever. Talk to me.
I'm giving it to Mr. Yulee, Florida, north side of the city, Jacksonville, Florida, not too far from Duval County. His family, I'm sure, was in the crowd saying Duval, or more like Tennessee, right? That's that boy, the king, Derrick Henry, the king. The NFL's leading rusher, 2 years in a row, he's been the leading rusher. He's in that, and he's trending in that direction even right now, and it's really not even close. It's still unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing is greatness, man. Do not take this for granted. You know what I'm saying? That's why, for me, I want us to win so bad because of the fact that we have a player in his prime that's the best in the league at his spot, right? And that's the boy, Derrick Henry. 29 carries, 130 yards rushing, 4.5 yards a carry, and 3 touchdowns. 3. Mm-hmm. I had him on my fantasy team too. Appreciate it, Derrick Henry, when we won our game, not only in Tennessee, but my fantasy team as well because of the king. The king walks into Jacksonville. So he has played 11 games against Jacksonville. He's had 1,100 yards rushing and I think like 20 touchdowns.
Hey, my man's had a season, bro.
Exactly, on Jacksonville alone, right? So when he goes to Jacksonville, it's, as they say, home cooking for real, right? Homecoming even. That's for Derrick Henry. So, as I've mentioned in the last show, just block, right? Just block. Mm-hmm. Derrick Henry will do his thing. And as the game came on in the second half, the first half was a little slow. Second half, he started to eat. So, great job to Derrick Henry. What about for you, man?
For me, I got 2. I got Harold Landry. Hey, shout out to him. I think he leads the league in quarterback pressures. Just dope. He had 2 sacks. And I think he had like 2 or 3 pressures in this game. He's balling, man. He's balling. He's creating that disruptive and coming off the edge. And I like how he sets the edge too. I love how he sets the edge. And it's just, hey, what I'm seeing from him is what I've seen from him before, but it's on another level this year. And I know he mentioned in the offseason that he's added some techniques to his pass rush. And you can tell he's quicker. He looks different, man. He looks real different. And another one is Mr. Murfreesboro, Kevin Byard, right?
Yeah.
Fumble recovered for a touchdown, interception. I think he had 8 or 9 tackles. How many tackles did he have?
He had 8 tackles.
8 tackles.
8 tackles.
I mean, come on, man.
Back to Byard, man. Back to him, bro.
He's back. And he played like a wild man. He was all over the field. Some of those things, I would like him to get to the point. I know he plays in the box a lot, but I like to see him get back to the old Byard where he's playing in the middle of the field and he's roaming in the middle to the where, hey, you ain't gonna throw in the middle of the field on us anymore. But I equate that to not having a Monty Hooker. I think when Monty Hooker comes back, I think you can kind of switch them two and they good. But those are my two players of the game, man. Those defense, man, they showing up. And like you said earlier, that was facts, no paper. Key players are showing up in key moments on the defense, and they're doing a tremendous job. And it's just going to keep getting better once we get Bud Dupree back. He gets healthy. Once they stop double teaming Jeff Simmons, you see Denico Autry out there making plays. I would like to see our linebacker step up. But like you said, David Long, man, he's out there doing his thing. Christian Fulton. Jack Rabbit, he had an interception. And I'm going to get to that in a minute, people, because we got some concerns. But anyway, but yeah, those are my players of the game, man.
Gotcha, man. So what can you take from this game, Jacques? Like, game's over. You walk away. You look at the papers. You look at what you got. I mean, what can you look upon or build upon from this game?
So you can build momentum. One, you can feel positive about the offensive play caller, right?
Yes.
I liked it. I like what we did. Now, I know we stalled out in the third quarter. I get that. 3 points. I get it. I understand. But in that moment, I trust my defense enough to say, hey, guys, offense is not rolling right now. Hey, pick us back up. And people, it happens. I've seen a lot of things this weekend. I was like, okay, hey, there might be a little overreaction. But, hey, it happens. It happens to the Chiefs, the Ravens. It happens to great teams. You're going to stall out. You can't have drives every time. It's just not happening. It's not possible. This is the NFL, okay? These are professionals, okay? Get with it. So just look for the offensive player calling to get better with the addition of Marcus Johnson. I think the addition of Marcus Johnson allows your play calling to be a lot better because Cam Batson was doing reverses and then the Wildcat, and you got Chester Rogers involved. You got Tannehill rolling out, play action. Like it was amazing. Also, another thing I would like to take from this game, I like Ferkser, but I like what Michael Pruitt brings to the table a lot more. He's a playmaker, okay? He's more athletic than Ferkser. He gets in space. He's just done some things that has created opportunities for us to win games. He did it when we played Seattle. He was like the jolt, the lightning bolt that got the team going in order for us to win. He did some things last week. He did some things when we played the Colts and the Jets. He got a touchdown pass Sunday. So Michael Pruitt needs to be in the lineup a little bit more than what you're doing. And I understand we Ferkser is supposed to be the guy, but right now it's not working. And then defensively, I think Jack Rabbit is starting to get hot. Okay, he's starting to get hot, dog. He's starting to get hot, and I think you're going to see him start to pick it up a little bit more. It's going to be a challenge coming down these next 2 games. It's going to be real challenging, but we're going to need him to play with that same energy he played with. So that's for me, man. It's the momentum and stuff that we can go into the next game. What about you?
So I think, man, more than anything, man, on the offense, I think we finally kind of saw sort of a mix of running and passing.
Yep.
And that built the confidence of some of the players, as in Marcus Johnson, right? He's out there. So that's only going to help him when Julio Jones gets back, right?
Yeah.
You look at even on, with Jeremy McNichols getting his opportunities as well. Chester Rogers, who's the second leading punt returner in the league, getting his opportunity. So I just think that players are starting to build confidence for the future this season. You know what I'm saying? And Derrick Henry, he's been there. He'll be there. Ryan Tannehill will be there. But it's kind of like, okay, well, who are the other guys, right? And the offensive line, they did okay. But one player who's been picking it up, Taylor Lewan. Taylor Lewan has been picking it up over the past several games.
Facts, no paper.
Yep. Nate Davis has played pretty well. Ben Jones, those guys, they're starting to pick up. They're starting to sort of build upon being consistent over the past few weeks. As you mentioned, Jack Rabbit Jenkins as well. And we can look to say that Jacksonville is not a talented football team. And when we said that in the last show, the Jags suck. They just do. They've lost 20 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And I know we had a few Jag fans in our comment section. It was like, you guys are underestimating us. Watch out for us. And what we said is we're going to beat you guys. And not to say we won't blow you out, but we're a better football team. That's clearly no doubt. And you look at the injury report, the list is long as a dictionary, right? And we still won the football game. Okay. So I'm just glad that those that are getting that amount of playing time would only help us when the Bud Duprees come back onto the field, when Julio Jones gets back onto the field. When those guys get there and you still have had that experience, that's only going to help us moving forward. So that's what I really like that we're building upon from this game.
I agree. Also, one thing I want to add to that is your defense is holding teams to under 35 points. Okay, for these past 3 weeks, teams haven't really been scoring on our defense like that. So that's another positive that you can take. Now, like I said, there's challenges that are coming up, but I'm curious to see what our rank of our defense is. And I think we're trending to have more sacks than we had last year. We only had 19. I don't know what the number right now. Y'all can tell us in the comment section. But hey, great stuff, man. So we know we come out with what we can build upon. Any concerns, man? I know there's a lot of we've heard them all Sunday.
Yep.
Concerns about the game and just the Titans going forward in general. Talk to me.
Yes, there are concerns. Okay. Let's not act like James Robinson didn't cut up against us, man. Okay.
Yep.
James Robinson was a problem. And I think James Robinson is very disrespected as well, Jag fans.
Yes.
You guys drafted Travis Etienne from the Clemson Tigers. And James Robinson went out to the field and had 149 yards rushing against a good run defense, right? That's 8 yards a carry and a touchdown, okay? I am concerned on the fact that our defense, for some reason, they're giving up big splash plays every single game, okay? I don't know why, because historically that's something we never really did, especially against the run. We don't – the only running backs I can think of that's had big plays against us was Dalvin Cook. Nick Chubb did pretty decent. But overall, we always keep running backs in check. Not with Mr. James Robinson. He showed up and he showed out. You know what I'm saying? And it's a concern. And I would say, when we play really good football, the Jags suck, y'all. They do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a good roster. But when you play a good team that has several players that can be playmakers, now they have several James Robinsons out there, that's going to be a concern, whether it be a running back or several receivers. Right now, I don't really have a lot of confidence in stopping those splash plays, especially down the middle. So that's a concern on top of the injuries. I mean, dude, I hate making excuses, man. We had like 18 people on the injured list, man. Like whether it was going to play or not, but they were on there. We had a lot of players on there. And they show the comparison between us and the Jags. It was literally comparing a dictionary to a book.
A children's book.
Exactly. It was like this, and Jacksonville was like this. Like, golly, they had like 3 players. We had like 8. It was crazy. So, I think, it might be time just resting players right now. As time goes on, we'll start playing them. I've told you, Jacques, I think this might sound crazy, but I think when we play teams like the Rams and things, we might rest a Derrick Henry for a game or so. I think, low management because, it's very likely we're going to make the playoffs. So it's kind of preserve and reserve your players for right now. And not to say that's why Julio and them didn't play, but, man, we got a lot of injuries. And, we have a lot of players that's not out for the season, which is a good thing, but there are a lot of nagging injuries. So I'm concerned in that regard, Jacques, man. Real talk, bro. So you got any concerns, man?
Oh, yeah, I definitely do. Penalties.
Oh, hit them, Jacques.
Penalties for the past 3 weeks have killed drives. Have killed us in third. I mean, it's killed. I mean, literally, we'd be second and third, 3, and all of a sudden you got Taylor Lewan hands to the face, 15-yard penalty. Or the Jackrabbit, and I already rated early in the show. I was going to talk about that. Jackrabbit had an interception, but it got called back because I think it was holding on
Breon Borders.
Breon Borders, it was. Those are drive killers, and that's so uncharacteristic of the Titans to be like a penalized team. And that's something that you're going to have to clean up because when you get opportunities against these good teams, you have to take every inch that you can. You can't have no drive killers and penalties that's going to kill it, right? Yeah. So that's one concern. Like you said earlier, the injuries, man. We came out Sunday limping. We come out with another couple of injuries in that game. So, hey, we got to get healthy in some way, in form and fashion. Also, on the flip side, the defensive personnel. Mm-hmm. So I have a theory on why James Robinson went off.
Okay.
Rashaan Evans, right? Linebackers. You're supposed to stop your gap. There's a gap that you're supposed to get, right? Yep. If it wasn't for that 60-yard scamper, I think James Robinson, at least he probably still would have had maybe 100 yards, but not 149 yards.
Right.
Rashaan Evans has not played good football this year.
He hasn't.
He's missed gaps. He's missed assignments. He's mentally, he's off. And me and Hawk have said this before, and I think it was, I don't know, remember what show. But I feel like Rashaan Evans is playing out of position. When he was at Alabama, he was more of a hands in the dirt linebacker. Okay. I think if Jayon Brown was here and if he was healthy to save Rashaan Evans' career, hands in the dirt. And guys, we've said this before. If he's rushing the passer, I would like to see how Rashaan Evans does rushing the passer because he's an aggressive dude. Yep. He's a dude that he plays wild. So those guys you put on the line because they're very disruptive. That's what you do with those guys. But with him missing gaps in assignments like that, that's not good. We drafted Monty Rice, who I think got hurt or something. He ain't played. So I don't know what we're going to do linebacker-wise. We got John Simon, which I like him. I like what he does as a pass rusher, but we need somebody that can stop the run as a linebacker, right? Mm-hmm. Defensive tackle is the first line of defense to stop the run, but we also need linebackers to stop the run as well. So
that's no paper, sir.
That's a major concern because when it comes down to when we play Josh Allen and then we'll get to that later, but he's a runner. We need a spy. Rashaan Evans, he's not that. He can't tackle. He doesn't tackle very well. So that's a concern. And like you iterated earlier, splash plays. Now I'm gonna say this. The Titans are not the only team that are having issues in their secondary with big splash plays, right? Sunday, when I was watching football, I can go to several games where there was several splash plays. Monday night game we just watched. Big splash plays from secondaries that are I don't know what the communication issue is. I don't know what the communication gap. I don't know if safeties have become to the point where we're going to play up instead of back. But when we play football, it was coach to tell you to take your butt and you stay back there and your assignment is not to let nothing get behind you, right? I don't know what's going on in the Browns and the Chargers game. It was splash play after splash play after splash play after splash play. So not only is the Titans suffering from it, I think the league is suffering from it. And I don't know. I really think it has a lot to do with the injuries, the fatigue, because I think it's a lot of mental fatigue going on too. And you heard it here on Titans Weekly first. Nobody's really talked about the mental fatigue of football. And you're seeing that not just from the Titans, but you're seeing it from the league itself as well. So mentally, I'm concerned mentally well for our team. Can we mentally sustain what we've been doing for these first 4 games or whatever we done played, 5 games we about to play? Can we mentally stretch it all the way out to the end of the season? We don't have a bye until week 13. How are we mentally? So that's another concern for me. Can we mentally stay strong? Can we mentally continue to push and push and push and push and push? So that's my concerns, man.
I got you, man. I got you, Jock. I got you, man. So, well, again, we beat the Jags. We got Buffalo coming. As you all know, we're going to have a show. We should have some things cooked up. Keep paying attention. You know, when we have it in Buffalo Bills, you know how it is, man. So yeah. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, that ends the show, y'all. As always, thank you for tuning in. Again, the Tennessee Titans with the victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars. As always, you can always check us out on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. Also on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. You can check us out on Apple and on Spotify. Check out Tennessee Titans Weekly. We have shows on there as well. And if you want to email us, you can email us at TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com.
And like I say, every show, share the show, share the podcast, share the show. Hey, the link's down there. Share it. Tell your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your dog, your cat. I don't care. But when you share the show, you also tell them to subscribe to the show and cut that notification bell on because it's right by the subscribe button. It'll tell you when we go live and when we post any content. So, hey, let's get to this game Monday night and let's stay focused and let's see what the injury report looks like Wednesday because we're going to see what we got. But anyway, man, tighten up.
Tighten up. Buffalo's going to be ready, Jock. And we're going
to
be
man.
ready. Our show, the Titans, hopefully they're going to be ready. You and I will be ready.
Oh, definitely.
Because we got points that we got to bring out about this game, so we'll see what's up. See what's good.
We'll bring some heat.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to you and yours, again, thank you for watching the show, subscribing to our channel. And as we always do, folks, facts,
no paper.